A startup is all me. But the fun part is that if you look at my last 10 years of up and downs, the level of feelings, I pretty much experienced them in the last 10 months. So some of the day will be amazing, some of the day will be horrible. And the big difference is that besides resources, just mentally is very different because when I was in Meta, when I go out, people look at my business card, they are always very nice. Either they want to work for the company, they want to do business with a company, or they just think there is some insider information that can be helpful for their company. But being a startup founder, most people are turned around and they want to talk to the IPO company founder who want to talk to a nobody startup founder. So it was a very different.
Welcome to another episode of From Startup to Wunderbrand with Nicholas Kuhner. Welcome back, everyone. We've got Anya Cheng, accomplished and award-winning product head with extensive experience overseeing and directing product initiatives and processes for leading technology, e-commerce, food delivery, retail organizations, etc., and the founder and CEO of Taelor.Style. So we're going to talk a little bit about Anya's background. We're going to talk about this fantastic, and the reason I wanted to chat to her is because this site that you've got, I think, is groundbreaking. And I think the potential of it is enormous. And obviously you've got funding behind it, so other people think it's fantastic as well. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today and how your background has sort of helped you in your startup journey. So Anya, welcome.
Hello. This is Anya here from Silicon Valley. Before starting the company, I helped to lead the marketing team for Facebook on innovation and connectivity, which is we brought the internet to countries that doesn't have internet. So the marketing for that wasn't very easy. I was head of product for eBay's emerging markets and McDonald's. And also early on, I was in the marketing agency side and Target, Sears, Kmart on the retailer side. To focus on more of personalization marketing, so trading desk, like social and paid online digital display advertising, and a lot of big data spaces. Start my career as a reporter and worked for a partner agency of Ogilvy before. Got my master's degree in marketing from Northwestern University, where I teach today. I'm excited to be here.
So that is quite a fast-paced sort of summary of the kind of things that you've done. But let's just go through that again. If we look at some of the brands that you've worked on, you've worked for Apple News, which is obviously a very big name in Hong Kong and Taiwan. You've worked at KFC. You've worked at Target, at McDonald's, at Sears, eBay, Facebook. So pretty much every big brand in the world. Now, typically people who have gone that route would prefer to stay in the corporate world, and especially since you have been focusing on emerging markets where there's tremendous amount of growth, and you teach, so that's awesome as well. So what made you want to start Taelor? And if I can just explain to people what Taelor is, there's a really nice example here. Taelor is one of the best men's clothing subscriptions, offering convenient rental service with professional styling included. Think Rent the Runway for men. Working corporate and now starting your own business. What has been the biggest difference from going from multinationals to starting your own business?
Yeah, I started the company because when I was working for Meta and eBay, though I was head of product leading large technology teams, I always felt a little bit imposter syndrome. I'm like the digital marketing girl who had marketing master degree, marketing background, but worked my way up leading large e-commerce team, including non-marketers. So I wanted to great. I tried some subscription boxes like Stitch Fix, but you have to buy from every single shipment. And I tried some rental companies like Newly, Rent the Runway, or Armour. Today, Armour does provide some styling service, but at that time it wasn't. So it was a lot of hours browsing through thousands of garments. And it was an aha moment that I realized most of fashion companies, they are designing the company for people who are into fashion, not for lazy people or busy people like me who just want to get ready for the day and be successful. So I started doing the research and see if other people think like me who hate shopping, hate laundry, just want to achieve goal, want to be confident and want to get ready for their day, but does not want to spend time chasing after clothes. But turn out that a lot of people think like me, but they are all guys. They are all busy men with goals. They are single guy, sales guy, recruiter, pastor, professor who are socially active but not into fashion. And turn out that I was trying to start my own closet, but then became a menswear rental company. Tailor, we help them we AI style them. They wear for a couple of weeks, they got the clothes, and then if they love something, they can buy. Or after wearing a couple of weeks, they send back the dirty clothes and we send to other people. So no more shopping or laundry. In terms of what's the difference between big company and startups, of course, in big company, like when you're doing marketing, there's research departments, there is the activation department, there's all different channel, agency of records and agencies and then freelancers. At startup is all me. But the fun part is that if you look at my last 10 years of up and downs, the level of feelings, I pretty much experienced them in the last 10 months. So some of the day will be amazing, some of the day will be horrible. And the big difference is that besides resources, just mentally is very different, because when I was in Meta, when I go out, people look at my business card, they are always very nice. Either they want to work for the company, they want to do business with a company, or they just think there is some insider information that can be helpful for their company. But being a startup founder, most people are turned around and they want to talk to the IPO company founder who want to talk to a nobody startup founder. So it was a very different my space on and mental side of the house, and really thinking about you are different now and you are nobody now, almost like getting on the time machine and go back to where I was 20 years ago. So it's fun, but it's also very different.
Well, I'm sure that experience, and you made such a great example there about how going from a big company to starting your own company, you almost disappear. And I know that feeling from when I started my own, leaving big international business and starting my own business. Maybe talk to me about how you really decided on Tailor as a concept, because this is not like you're doing something that everyone else has done. This is quite a new concept, and especially coming from Taiwanese background, wearing secondhand clothes is not something that it's not necessarily seen in a positive way. But I think this circular economy is starting to really make traction in the States and Europe. Tell me because to start a business and tie yourself to a concept like this, you've got to put everything into it. So what made you realize that this is exactly the right business for you? And what is the potential for Tailor going into the future?
Yeah, for sure. You don't know. Definitely, you're not sure if it's the right thing. And in fact, when I started a company, I asked a mentor. He was an early investor of Hello Kitty, and now he's one of our investors. And I say, hey, I have this idea that people can save time, almost like in the AI assistants. There's a concierge service, almost like someone who have a wife who has really good taste, but then you don't have that wife, but then always there's a clean clothes on your bed that you just need to wear it. And it's perfect for your today's occasion. Not too much stand out, not too much not fitting in. It's just perfect. And I say, how do you think about the idea? He said, your idea for sure is wrong. I said, how did you know? He said, because every startup founder's idea is wrong. It's always start with something wrong, and then you keep iterating until it's right. So he's like, doesn't matter what you think right now. You just have to start somewhere. And then you iterate, just like product management, just like marketing. People ask me, like, okay, what do you think of these ads, of this creative, of this audience? And as a good marketer, you all know. You don't know, and for sure it's wrong at the beginning. You iterate, you launch 2 ads on TikTok and then pick the winner, and then now you launch another version and pick another winner, and then launch another version and pick another winner. It's an iterative process until you find a winner, right? So it's an agile process, and the goal is to get, we call in product, we call it done increments. It's incremental, but it's done. Because it's done, so then you can get feedback from real customer. And in marketing, we call it like different campaign for iterations, or we call it like optimization for the campaigns. But it's the same thing. You want real feedback from customer. Why do we need real feedback? Because running campaign or running product, it's just like asking your wife for what to eat for lunch. You say, honey, what do you want for lunch? She say, anything is fine. You say, how about some beef noodle soup? She say, no, I don't want to eat that, right? So until you actually have a real thing, you don't really know what's a real feedback. So you just have to keep iterating there. But in terms of your questions on, hey, renting clothes, do people like it? And how is it that trend? It's still an emerging market. Today in the US, there's a million of users has used it before for women's space. There are 2 public companies. More in Seattle, who is a partner with Tailor, the 3rd largest women's rental company. They just ran the runway, a public company, newly by Urban Outfitter. They launched a company just 5 years ago, and it's already a profitable unicorn, make 400 million per year. And so it's definitely an emerging market that grow 50% quarter over quarter and 5 years on the roll. And now it's already a unicorn and serving a lot of customers. So it's really new for a man, but we find that with the lazy economy, or people call it like pamper economies, and people were just outsourcing a lot of stuff to other people. Our customers are not here just to rent clothes. They are really here to get a peace of mind, because rental, so it's like try before you buy. You don't have to decide when you receive the clothes. It's like your Netflix show, you watch it for 3 minutes. You don't have to think really hard like you go to a DVD store to buy a real DVD. You watch it for 3 minutes. If you don't like it, you come to the next show. The same thing, you close, you wear for a couple of weeks. If you don't like it, put into a return envelope, give it to hotel lobby, and you go home without dirty clothes, or you just ship it out, and then next day you get the clothes on the way to your place. It's also good for sustainability, and we found that on the other side, on the supply side, 30% of clothes go directly from factory to landfills, and 10% of carbon emission is from fast fashion. So like brands in Europe or brands in Taiwan and Singapore, they can use us as an outlet to actually not burning their unsold inventory, and instead finding a new outlet and really target a new customer, and also get feedback from the customers.
So I suppose there's a lot of technology behind this, and you mentioned that AI was one of the main drivers of you wanting to build this business. How is Taylor going to tie into fashion trends? Because I think men's trends maybe go a little bit slower than women's trends, or there's certain staples in men's cupboards that take a bit longer. But is there something where you'll tie in with the likes of Facebook or Pinterest in particular, or Google Lens, to when, if I go on Taylor, I like this outfit, let me see if there's something similar to that in the Taylor offering. Talk to me about how are you bringing AI into your business, and what value customer, a guy like me could get out of it?
Yes. So when people sign up, we ask a few questions, and usually we do ask a high-end weight, but we don't use it much because most of guys think they are taller and thinner. It wasn't a bad question, so we don't always get the right answer. We ask some question like, tell me, go to your closet and pick your perfect outfit. It's like, oh, I don't need to. I know I'm wearing size medium. And this is my perfect shirt. Oh, wow, it's extra large. So many times we ask them what are they wearing today? What are the fashion brands they have been buying before? What brand inspiring them? What's the occasion? What's the real purpose? The day, get the job, get the day closer deal, or just want to fit in, or some people want to look more mature, more professional. Some people want to look younger and more fitting into younger generations. It's really about their purpose. And in terms of a trend, in fact, you're right, like men's clothes doesn't have a lot of trend. Although this year, 2025, everyone remember the color of the year is brown. So if you don't have a chocolate color in your closet, go get a color of brown clothes. This is a color of the year. And it's not really brown, it's like cocoa, like chocolate cocoa. Mocha is the year of the color of the year, mocha. But in fact, there's not many trends. If you look at men's clothes 2 years ago and 2 years from now, it's probably very, very similar. And we do work with over 300 different fashion brands. They are already designing the collection from 2 years from today. But at the same time, most of our customers are not chasing after trends. They just want to make sure they are ready for their day. It's a farmer's market day, it's a TED Talk day, it's a podcast day, it's just a teaching day or date night with a wife. Like whatever fit into their location, they just want to get ready for the day. We don't always get or don't always want to get most trending stuff. Our customers are not into runway. They don't want to look fashionable. A lot of them want to look professional, nice and fit ins and polished, or even clean. Clean is like number one description that our customer provide. And so back to marketing, and a lot of marketers here, how we know this, because we interview most of our customers when they sign up. We ask them what impression you want to leave behind. We use their words when they describe how our service provide for them. For example, they will say, I want when someone look at me from far away, they don't see me. But when I walk by them, they will turn around their heads and they will look at me. So we use their word for marketing and use what they describe and what they are wishing for our marketing to make sure we are finding the customers who will really enjoy our service.
So I'm sure the app and the website are quite highly optimized for that. Now, let's just go into another side of this, which is probably part of the fun side, which is partnerships, because I'm sure as you're building up this business and volume is growing and more people are getting to hear about you, you'll probably get folks like H&M or some of these other or individual brands saying, hey, look, this is a great place for us to promote our micro brand or for us to promote our range of clothes to a new audience. Can we talk to you? Who are the kind of folks that you'd like to reach out to you and work with you? And what kind of relationships do you currently have or are you looking for in terms of brand partnerships?
Yeah, so we have different type of partnership. One is just being our supplier, like fashion brand. Today, we have already partnered with over 300 brands worldwide, and we would love to have more amazing European brands, Asian brands outside of North America, and of course, like local brands as well. And so the how it works is that a lot of them either they actually rent out their latest collection because they want to get feedback from customers. And what they found was many times that why 30% of clothes go directly from factory to landfill because they say go sell to the new markets through distributor who sell to a big wholesaler and medium wholesaler and small wholesaler and eventually get on customers' hand, which they never get feedback back to them. So they don't really know why this clothes doesn't sell well. Oh, you just need to make the neck area 1 inch more. You just need to make the sleeve a little inch shorter. Right, so they actually don't get those feedback real time and right away, both from customer and professional stylists. And in our model, not only they can monetize their unsold inventory instead of burning them. Today, it's actually a lot of companies burn them because they don't want those clothes go into discount store, disrupt their brandings, etc. So that's why that is such a huge environmental issues in the fashion industry. So instead of burning them, they can get feedback from customer, monetize that, get money, and also guy buy the same brand again and again. So before rental model, most of the guys just only have 5 brands in their closet. Lemon, Uniqlo, Nike, Banana Republic, Gap, and that's about it. Right? They don't have other stuff and they buy the same thing, wear the same thing last 10 years. And in fact, most of the closet, 80% of them, they only wear a few times. Like 20% of them, they wear all the time, but 80% of them is just there collecting dust. And so instead of doing so, now the brands, they can find new customer, they can get feedback from the customer, so then they can stop producing junk. And so then we can really solving the environmental issue versus just renting out the unsold inventory. On the other hand, and we only look for high quality brand because then that's allow us to rent multiple time, that's right for the environment, given that this mission of the company. We also partner with dating sites on the consumer front. We found that, of course, who like to look great? Single guys. So we partner with company like Coffee Meets Bagels, and we partner with company Selected Search, and a lot of like the dating site matchmaking companies. So then the customers will look great and they get a date, and we also able to serve them. We also partner with schools. A lot of schools, they want to implement inclusive to help students, no matter they are rich or they are poor, they can all look great and ready for their interview and really more feel confident and polished and ready for their internship. We also work with corporates. A lot of corporates, they also want to do more inclusive and support sustainability. So no matter you are a new hire, you are junior employee, or you are executive, there everyone should be able to look great and confident and ready for their day and saving time. Versus the only high up executive has those custom made suit while the junior person or new hire doesn't look great. So a lot of company also we partner with them so then they can help their employee feel inclusive, feel that they are productive and confident, but also saving their times.
That's such a positive side to it, and I completely understand the point about being in a corporate environment and dressing nicely or not knowing what to wear. When I worked at Nando's, which is a restaurant chain, the executives would get a clothing allowance, and I had no idea what these folks are wearing, and they took me to an individual stylist and they styled me up. Cool experience. So if more people can get that same feeling of looking good in clothes that actually fit you nicely, or are suited to your body style, I think that's such a positive thing. But I love the concept that the brand partnerships are. You've obviously had great fun thinking about these different partnerships with corporates, with schools, and places like that. I think that's fantastic concept. Now, where are you based? You mentioned Silicon Valley. So where are you starting out from? Are you nationwide? Are you in certain cities? How does this work?
We are in the U.S. nationwide. Our customer from both of California, New York, big city, to all the way to Alaska, Louisiana. And one of our farthest customers is a funny story. He actually based in Southeast Asia. We don't serve there, but he's actually a U.S. ambassador who has stations over there. So we actually ship to the Air Force station, which is funny fact is that there's actually no address. When you need mail something to Air Force station, there's no address, but it's just a secret code, the Air Force. And you would get delivered to him, and the Air Force will actually send him the package all the way to Southeast Asia. So we love this customer because his weather is always different from us. And so he enjoyed the whole, like when it's winter, he wear everything summer. He got the whole
he's messing up your algorithm, basically.
Yeah, but he also perfect that he can enjoy the entire closet of no one will compete with him on renting the perfect outfit for his date night or his probably ambassador meeting with a negotiation meeting with some other countries' ambassadors. So it's just a cool story. We didn't know about that until we were like, how do we mail something to Air Force and the center, and then realize, wow, it's actually a very interesting story behind.
Now, what is next for you? What is the vision for Taelor? So is it an amount of money? Is it amount of people reached? Is it launching new brands? What makes you excited other than growing this business? What is exciting you every day?
Yeah, I started a company because I want to feel that I'm always ready for my day. I'm confident. I'm ready to achieve my dream. So the mission for the company is that we help more people achieve so. On the other hand, my co-founder, she is very big into sustainability. She really wants to help to solve one of the biggest pollutions in the world, which is fast fashions. So together, we are here to help more people and brands to do so. And so something exciting to me would be we do see our customers every day they get a job, they get a day, they feel like someone divorced, and then they first time going back to days, they great. Someone got promotion, first time being a manager, he looks great. We also have people who are using the service for the show. They produced show before, now they save it a lot of time. So definitely students. Last year we have a student who is our intern, and he graduated, and then now he's our vivid customers, and he really feel like become from engineer to be an MBA student and graduate. He feel a lot more confident and ready for the day. We are VC-backed company. We are backed by the early investor of Hello Kitty, Lyft, Instacart, Spotify, TikTok, Facebook. So we definitely are on track, and with a goal to be a public companies in 5 years. We're definitely a big unicorn and being ready to be acquired by other companies. But in the next few years, we just want to make sure that we are getting more category for our customers who found that they want to, besides renting clothes, they actually treat us more like a concierge service. They ask us where to buy shoes, accessory, Valentine's Day gift for their wife. So we are expanding a category. We are also starting testing the AI licensing, and we found a lot of people interested in our AI technology but want to operate outside of US. So we are testing out for the licensing opportunity so that other people can support sustainability in other country without us having to be there and running the operations. We also want to partner more with other companies, stuff like I mentioned on the dating side, but also like fitness center and school and corporate. We are just at the beginning of those initiatives, so look forward to partner with more company. We recently partnered with Armour, the third largest women's rental company, and together now when we go to corporate, we can offer both men's clothes and women's clothes, and we think that will be a big milestone and for us to unlock the door for corporate deals.
So it's all happening. We should be looking ahead into the future for Taylor and some big things coming from you. I really love all of the different angles to it, and I'm sure folks would be interested to see the journey that you're going through. I had to just say one thing. When I went onto the page, and as a 40-something-year-old tall man who perhaps wears extra large, I didn't feel represented on the first page. I did see one of your real customers in action. And somebody there looked similar to me in terms of the T-shirt bulging a bit. But you obviously have all sorts of styles and be very inclusive in terms of not just having skinny models on the front page, right?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. We are looking for more customers to help us out, or people who are, we are actually looking for like AI engineers, UX UI designers, marketing designers, marketers. Also, we're hiring warehouse operations managers here in the Bay Area, stylists globally. So yes, we need more people to help us out, and both on the visual side, more representative, but also more brand representative. Like we don't have worked with a lot of European brand yet, though we really, really love a few brands we have from like Turkey and from London and Paris and Netherlands, but we would love to have more both of the customers and the brands and also talents if anyone were ready to help us out.
Awesome. So where can I send people to get more information on you, first of all, Anya, and then more on Taylor? I'll put links in descriptions, but what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Yeah, if you want to give it a try next time when you travel to the US, you don't have to bring dirty clothes home. Or if people in the US want to get ready for their days, and you can use the code podcast, one word, get on Taelor.Style. That's Taelor.Style, Taelor.Style, Taelor.Style. So it can be a gift card for your loved ones, or it can be yourself on subscriptions. If you want to reach out to me, I'm Anya, Anya, at Taelor.AI, Taelor.AI. And I look forward to seeing partnership with brands, partnership with dating site, fitness center, school, corporates, or just a resume if you want to be part of workforce for sustainability.
Excellent. Well, Anya, thank you so much for your time. This has been great.
Thank you so much. Look forward to your new outfit, Nicholas.
Yeah. I really do appreciate your comments. So why not go and watch this live on YouTube, or go to my website, kuhne.no. That's KUHNE.no for more information.